What's going on, folks? Enough from That's Tech Bits. Don't worry, ma'am. I am from the internet. I've been around since before the internet was a thing, basically. And I want to talk about one of the big pivots that we have when it comes to computer technology these days, and that is Android is no longer allowing you to install programs that haven't come from their app store, basically. You can't side load apps, is what they call it. So, you know how when you're on PC, you can install any program you want pretty much. You just have to find an executable, and there's a lot of issues with security with this. You can download a lot of the wrong things. You can install pirated software very easily. But there's some nuance with pirated software. You get pirated software, you get less security. You're probably going to get hacked, this, that, and the other thing, but you still have the freedom. Android has always been about the freedom. Google has always been really cool about that stuff. I remember my first manager said that if he was going to develop apps, he would always develop for the iPhone because it's so easy to pirate for the Android. And it is absolutely easy to pirate it. I remember when Android was young, you could easily, from the App Store, get tools that would back up apps so that you could have a paid version of it. The .apk. APK is like an exe file for your Android phone. And now they've taken that ability away. And it's amazing. I didn't think they'd do this. I didn't think Google would do that, but they have. So we're not going to be able to pirate apps on the Android. But really, how many people actually use that? Not many. Not many. I did. I can remember the last time I've had to. It was for Boink, uh, World Community Grid, because that's not on the App Store. Now, Boink is distributed. Oh no, I've used it for Veriscoin. I mine Veriscoin. And if you want to mine Veriscoin, you have to have that sideload APK thing. All I can think of is that this is for security reasons, so that people can't install things that shouldn't be running. I guess they want to get more into enterprise and whatnot. Because these days, if you want security, you have to have iPhone. If you, like, for example, I used to have people call me and be like, hey, Nevin, I got this strange email, has an attachment. I think maybe the attachment is something I should open. I'm not exactly sure. I'm kind of new to the job and the situation here. Happens quite a bit. But anyways, I would tell them just open it on your iPhone, because most of the stuff that people send, if you open it on your iPhone, it's not going to be in a code that your iPhone can have execute. It's not the type of thing you can open and it'll automatically take your information. Now with computers, back in the day, there was a lot of information you could lose, a lot of backdoors that could get into your computer if you simply opened an attachment. Man, back in the time of Windows 95, if you went to the wrong website, the website could change your system keys on your computer. That's amazing. That just blew me away when I found out. You go to a website, and just like that, people have access. I'm wondering if you didn't even need administrative capabilities. I mean, didn't administrative capabilities just come around in, like, what, Windows 2000 or something like that? I could be wrong about that. I could be wrong about that. But the fact that we are at a new age where these Android systems won't allow side loading is just amazing. Even BlackBerry allowed side loading for Android apps. I wonder if this means that alternate app stores won't work, but they have to, because Epic Games, the people that made Fortnite, took them to court saying that we need to be able to have things operate on this outside of the marketplace, because the marketplaces for Apple and Android are taking 30% of even donations that were supposed to be going to good causes, which is heartbreaking. It's disgusting. These things that are supposed to be going to good causes, like, I can understand if you want to take like 15%, 5% maybe, but 30% of, like, money that's supposed to be going to Hurricane Katrina victims? Really? Really? Like, there's some things that you can get away with, but you really got to ask yourself, on your day of judgment, regardless of what religion you are, is this something that you're going to have to answer to your creator for? Like, you get people out there suffering because of natural disasters, and you're taking 30% of the donations that come to them. But let's face it, charities are a great way to scam monies. But I should also say, I have family that are, they literally gone to school for charities in order to have fundraisers. In order to have fundraisers, you need to be really freaking talented. There are a lot of people running fundraisers that are above board and just really cool. There are a few of them. There are a bunch of them. There are also a bunch of people who are only out there for themselves. So that's about the only reason that I can figure we need to have more security. Maybe Google is thinking that they could get more into the enterprise if they had more security. But I'm telling you, I myself, when I was on a network, no, I didn't want Android on my network. Android is like set sail for fail. If it has to work, it has to be Apple. Maybe things are a little bit different now. Now, there's another thing with Android. I wonder if they're trying to get around where you can have really bad apps on Android. You can have really bad memory on Android. Android is slowly taking away the ability for you to use expandable memory with your phone. And here's why. There are a lot of cheap SD cards out there. There's situations where people are like purchasing SD cards from brand name in China and then getting them in bulk and selling them over here that have lower quality. If you have a hard drive or an SD card that is going the way of the dodo, that's like not working anymore, it is hell to figure that out, what's going on. I know so many people that were this close to throwing technology out before they put it in my hands, and I could see what was going on and trying the memory. It's a real ghost in the machine if your memory is dying on you. You're looking at the problem like, what's going on here? Is this networking? Networking's also a real ghost in the machine. I've been to some places where if you have a bad network, it'll slow everything down. Just crazy. But yeah, I'm wondering if Android is going for more certifications. That if you have this, if you have an Android device, it's going to run better. Because like I myself know if I see a point of sale system or something that has Android on it, I know we're going to have a really bad time. I know we're going to have a really bad time with it. Maybe they're trying to be better with this stuff. Maybe they're trying to get the let out and make things better. But unfortunately, we're losing control of our systems. And I think as time goes on, we're going to find that we're going to be losing control of our digital systems, of our internet. We're no longer going to be having our privacy. We're going to lose control of our libraries of media when it comes to books, DVDs, stuff like this. These days, if you get media, you go out and you buy it, you get it digitally, and within the signatures and whatnot, it turns out you don't actually own it. You own a license to it that can be taken from you like that. And the lawmakers, they have no idea what any of this stuff means. It's all just to them. And the lawmakers are also people who are well-to-do, who hang out with other well-to-do people who are more interested in their well-to-do friends than they are in the proletariat or the person at the bottom of all of this stuff. And it's sad, but it's true. Like lawyers, judges were lawyers, and they're interested in themselves. And when you look at the stuff that some boomers have done, pulled the carpet up, pulled the ladder up from the younger generations, like man, recently I took a course from Yale, Basics of Psychology, and there you get problems with some animals just devouring their young. Now, they don't pass down their genes, right? But then you get others who do pass down their genes because they don't devour their young. Ivan the Horrible, for example. There's a famous picture of him holding his son, who was a man. He just struck him with something big. His son burst into his room and said, "You've killed my unborn child, your grandchild." So they had a big fight. So hey, Ivan, where's your lineage? How's that working out for you? You had a great life, you know? Anyways, I'm noticing a lot of people pulling the carpet up for the betterment of themselves. And I'm wondering if this is a situation like that. I'm wondering if someone at Google has just decided that they want to go more enterprise, they want to be more creme de la creme, and I wonder if they are going to be cutting out their operating system soon. for the way that it was free, that anyone could use it, because there are a lot of people who are implementing really crappy Android things, and I think we all know some really crappy Android things. I think we all have stories about crappy Android things. You get a good manufacturer doing it well, hey, right on. You get a no-name manufacturer doing it, however, you're going to have a hard time. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's it from me. Have a good one and take care of each other.